Okay, see, today's Friday. We're supposed to be having fun here, people. No one wants to hear me carrying on about what's wrong with the game or its player base every single day. No. We're supposed to be kicking back and enjoying ourselves after what for many of you may have been a very long week. See, I was working on a video about fun. I had some screenshots, some clips, and some examples of how I have fun. Yes, Lord, I thought it would be kind of cool to show those things and hope that it would have somehow snowballed over to you guys and maybe you could give me examples and share clips of what you do for fun. But I didn't want this to get cold before I got around to saying something. Yes, my hood rats, I was in the middle of working on a fun-filled video for you all. I was gonna talk about tank sniping helicopters, paybacks, taking dog tags, dropping C4 on players, and then sending a message to the lobby, calling them out by name, asking them if they've seen any of my C4 because I seem to have misplaced them, and then detonating it when they start standing up. I was going to have footage of running around maps like we used to do in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Hood rat shit. Yes, sir, I was going to troll the maps. I had all this planned out on storyboard. I had a bullet point script layout to make sure I didn't forget anything. It was going to be glorious. And then I saw this on X. And I was like, ooh, something to add to the video. Glorious! An old school map where I can showcase it and the shenanigans and all the same damn time. I have been blessed by the digital gods. And I made the fatal error of reading the goddamn comments. And I couldn't stop reading them. And they got worse as I kept reading. It was so bad, I needed a cleanser. Once my eyes stopped burning, I had to wait a little longer for my temper to stop burning. And that took some time. And then when the fog of war cleared, I made a decision. I needed to postpone the fun I initially wanted to do. Don't worry, I'm still making it. But I had to address the stunted mushrooms in the room. Right now, there's a ton of people all over the interwebs complaining about, well, everything. Oh, and these asshats didn't disappoint my hood rats. The latest and greatest of these complaints center around how a fan, that word is key, folks. I really need the word fan to sink in. Fan made an Operation Metro map in Portal. Created by Bellum, I'm assuming it's Bellum 1988. A remake of the Conquest mode with 32 versus 32 players. Showing full career XP progression and full other progression. And the experience code is Zulu, Yankee, Delta, Golf, Bravo. Okay, so let me make sure we're all on the same page here, kiddos. It's in Portal. It's being featured in Battlefield. It shows all the XP is available. Okay, so, featured, check. Portal, check. Shows full XP, check, check. Cool, yes? Apparently not. See, a fan took some time and made this map. He or she may have spent weeks, maybe even months, working on it. And this fan made it available for the public to play on. And how did the public respond? Well, let's roll the tape. Still not an enjoyable version. Why don't you devs stop promoting a player-made map and make real Battlefield maps yourselves? Us players... Did he really say us players? Us players are waiting for months now. Dude, it's only been like 118 days. Just shut the fuck up. At least make the Portal experience enjoyable and accessible. There are many amazing player maps which are wasted. Then we have those skipping right over the fact that this fan did something for the community and immediately went for 60 hertz. Make it 60 hertz. What about 60 hertz? Is it 60 hertz though? Like, sweet Jesus, Doobie Brothers Christ on a Ferris wheel. What's the matter, my little scrubs? 30 hertz hurt your precious beady little eyes? Oh, and then we have some fuckwads just dismissing the fact that this fan made a cake and brought it to the party. Would you please let me know when you've fixed the base game instead of adding unnecessary updates? Okay, fuck this kid. This scrub must be one of those perfect or not at all gamers I mentioned throughout this week. Yeah, this dude doesn't have a soul. Then we have this piss-poor attempt to shame the fan by comparing the Portal map he or she made by saying, by the way, this was Operation Metro from Battlefield 3 over 10 years ago. It looks 10 times better than what we are getting now from Portal, which has horrible textures and lighting. This is such a bad direction for Battlefield in my opinion. We want quality maps. There are two assumptions here. He's either bashing the fan or he's bashing EA DICE Battlefield Studios. Hell, he might be doing both. But because of the way he worded it, it's unclear. If any reasonable person was reading this, they might immediately think the comment was about them. Especially if they took the time to bake that cake and then see this shit. Oh, and then there's the, I think I'll just wait for play Battlefield 1 and forward until this last is gone. It sucks to be you, playa. Because here at Battlefield, we rely on unpaid fans to create new maps while we just create new skins you have to pay for. Bring back the old dev team and make Battlefield enjoyable again. I could have worded this in a different accent and tone. But this guy's an idiot. Firstly, Portal's been around for over 6 years now. Originally released November 2021 in Battlefield 2042. And saying something like this is just a tone-deaf, brain-dead comment. Oh no, gotta buy skins. Wah. Ahem. Would prefer the proper version. The graphics feel like it's an N64 era game in the tunnel. Dude, really? You're comparing this? With this?
Here's spare ammo! Got spare ammo! Aye, aye! Cover! Good ammo! I'm fucking hit! Man down! What's my back? Take this ammo!
Is it a bit rough? Sure. But Jesus Christ, what did you expect? It's definitely not Nintendo 64 era graphics. I mean, it is rough. But dude literally looked like he made it from scratch. Give the kid a break. What is wrong with you? Then there's this asshole. Can you guys do your job instead of relying on the community to make reduced XP, Slop? So a fan made Slop, huh? I'm sorry, fuckwit. Did you make any maps? Doubtful. Here's a dude who apparently lives under a rock. Are they pulling a Halo Infinite and relying on the community to make all their maps? This commenter must be 5 years old or something posting that comment. let's not overlook this gem. Bring the real map back. This joint cool, but it ain't it. Very good, Kronk. You must have used a speaking spell to type this out. Why can't you guys just give us the actual map? Well, my stunted little scrub, I'm glad you asked. See, there's a few reasons here. One, it takes time to make them, and they have limited developers. So you're going to have to wait, my dude. Sorry. 2, some of the maps you all want potentially have design and code in them that are of a shared license, and EA and DICE may not own them. This is a standard practice throughout the gaming industry, especially in the early years of MMOs. So until they drop those maps, guess what? Yes, that's right. You get to sit down and shut the fuck up. And the list of comments just kept going. A shit ton of this fuckery. Guys, I don't think these critics seem to understand that someone took the time out of their lives to make a map as close to the original layout of the classic Metro map as possible. Was it perfect? Well, what do you mean by perfect? I had a blast playing it. I didn't think I would because of my love-hate relationship with this goddamn map. The layout wasn't a one-to-one of the OG map, but that doesn't matter. The art design was not polished and looked to be a little rough around the edges, but again, that doesn't matter. The map exists for us to play, with full XP until EA or DICE decide if and when they can drop an official Battlefield 6 version. You know what else? If you watched the clip from earlier, you saw others playing it too. So I wasn't the only one in there. It's playable. Bellum 1988 did something for us. He built as true a scale model of Metro he could possibly do with the tools that he had, and I saw like 5 comments praising the fact that it's in Portal and saying it was cool someone did it. 5. The rest of those comments are from shitty basement dwellers who can't appreciate anything, especially when someone's trying to do something nice for the community. No, you fucks can sit back down and shut the fuck up. You lost any right to an opinion because you literally all said, it's not good enough. And sorry, because you didn't say specifically your call out to either Bellum 1988 or EA DICE to clarify, you lost any respect as a people. This kind of shit pisses me off to no end. Here I am trying to figure out these goddamn SDK files, trying to make heads or tails of them, and this kid drops a map where either he had to build it from the ground up or hunt for files to make it, and all you fucks did was trash it with your keyboards. I've seen some wild takes about Battlefield 6 since the game was announced. Wild conspiracy theories from all over the internet. One user, who was clearly deep in the sauce, complained that since DICE hadn't added naval maps yet, they should let players ride whales and shoot sonar waves at people. A group of tactical realism purists lost their goddamn minds over the glitch where you can launch yourself off a ladder to reach inaccessible rooftops. While normal people would call this a bug, these critics are claiming DICE left it in on purpose as a secret skill gap to favor streamers. Some people are claiming DICE implemented the system where attachments have those point values and your gun total weight can't exceed 100 points. And then claiming, or rather bitching, that this is anti-intelligence because it forces them to do math while they're trying to relax. On some forums, there's this massive thread complaining about the Empire State map being too dark in the construction zones. The unhinged players are claiming DICE purposely made it dark to force people to grind the thermal sites, thereby inflating playtime metrics. Another group of critics is slamming the single-player campaign because it feels like a paid recruitment ad for NATO. Because the plot involves a private military group trying to dismantle the Alliance, and those critics are claiming that the game is propaganda because the gruff military characters talk too much about how important NATO is, like it's trying to be like the recruitment thing from Top Gun. Yes, sir, I have read and watched some seriously unhinged bullshit since this game was announced. And this gives me a ton of content to work with. But when someone took effort, time, and energy to do his very best to drop a fan-favorite map with the tools he currently has, and you shit all over it, man, fuck you, you worthless excuse for garbage. I, for one, am glad he did it and I can play on it. I'm glad we have a fan of the game that makes Super Conquest-sized maps for Linden. I'm glad someone out there is trying to render a map for his own town he lives in to add to Portal. I'm glad Call of Duty players have been trying to build Black Ops zombie maps in Portal. This is why Portal exists, assholes. For this very fucking reason, and all you could do is shit on it? I'm gonna ask this again. What in the blue flying fuck is wrong with you? Why on God's earth do you have to be so fucking dead inside you can't appreciate someone doing this for us to play with? At best, your execution in your comments was piss poor and infantile. At worst, you're so filled with brain rot you can't even act like decent human beings. Bellum 1988, I'm glad you made the map, and I'm gonna play on it like a motherfucker. You keep cooking, my dude. The map is awesome, and I had a ton of fun on it. And my hood rats, I recommend the map. Check it out. Play it. Squad up with me, and we can run it until we're sick and tired of looking at it. And then we'll run it some more. The rest of you commenting on X, the forums, and Reddit, hating on it, I'll show it again. If you can't man up and put forth your own maps or think you could do better, shut your fucking stupid mouths.